Ozark Mountains, hills are blazing like that sun in the sky. I fell in love there, and the fire's still burning, a flame that never will die. Moonlight a dancing on the Delta levee to a band of frogs and whippoorwill. I lost my heart there one July evening, and it's still there, I can tell. Oh, I may wander, but when I do, I will never be far from you. You're in my blood, and I know you'll always be. Arkansas, you run deep in me. Magnolia blooming, manna smiling, mallard sailing on a December wind. God bless the memories I keep recalling, like an old familiar friend. And there's a river rambling through the fields and valleys, smooth and steady as she makes her way south. A lot like the people whose name she carries. She goes strong and she goes proud. Oh, I may wander, but when I do, I will never be far from you. You're in my blood, and I know you'll always be. Arkansas, you run deep in me. Oh, I may wander, but when.
So, if you're still watching up to this point, and I don't know if that's 3 minutes or 18 minutes, because I don't know how long the video's going to be yet when I'm recording this. But if you're still watching, you may be wondering, hey, what happened to Helena? Well, funny story. Got up at 5 and jumped up on Crow's Ridge, went up to the arch, and turned around and went up to the ridge, and I ran down Crow's Ridge. About 12:30, I got to Jonesboro, took my mom to lunch. And after lunch, my mom, in her great wisdom, says, "You look tired. Why don't you sit down on one of the massage chairs and rest for a little bit?" And I said, "Well, I'm not that tired, but I will sit down for a minute." And I slept for like an hour and a half. Like an hour and a half, out of an hour, something like that. And when I woke up, my interest in going to Helena was gone. My interest in going home and finding a bed was pretty big. I didn't go home and go to bed. I did ride around a little bit, went and saw some people, but my further trip down the ridge was shot. And you know, I'm home. I'm not home to ride around the motorcycle and make videos. I'm really home to see my family and to see my mother on Mother's Day and my grandparents and stuff. So I opted to just stop recording and go to the stuff I ought to do. But now I'm heading back home, and I don't know if you can guess, but the weather kind of sucks. It's cold, it's rainy, and I really need to be moving. So I'm not going to wander around here a whole lot, but I'm stopped here at Mammoth Springs State Park, right on the Arkansas border, and it's a really cool place. Spring bubbles runs right up out of the ground. I mean, it's crazy big. I'm trying to remember how much water comes out of that thing. Hey, there's a sign right here that tells me how much water comes out of this thing. 9.78 million gallons of water per hour. That is 235 million gallons of water a day. So it juices out a little bit of water. And it's really cool. This park is beautiful. I practically grew up on the weekend. Well, that's not true. Let me rephrase that. When I was a teenager, I spent every minute I possibly could on Spring River. And Mammoth Springs feeds Spring River. And I've been here a lot. This is a really cool place. I'd like to walk over the springs, show you where it comes up out of the ground at. But I really need to get on the road, so I'm not going to do that today. But it's a beautiful park, absolutely beautiful park. If you ever get a chance, if you're coming up through Arkansas and you see Mammoth Springs, you totally need to stop. It's absolutely worth checking out. There's an old hydroelectric plant over here you can go look at. You can walk across the dam. The old trade station's back there. You can't see it from where I'm at now, but straight back over there, there's a hatchery, aquarium stuff. It's fantastic. They got a great little picnic area, got a wonderful little gift shop. It's just a top-notch park. If you ever get a chance, you need to come check it out. There's always ducks and geese out here. Of course, geese get a little cranky, you get too close to them, but there's ducks and geese out. There's a pair of wood ducks over here in the water right now. I'd spin the camera around and show them to you, but they're pretty far out there, so you really can't see them. But yeah, this is a place to come see. If you're ever in the area, this is a place to come see. I think I'll walk down here just to the dam. We'll check out the dam. Yeah, we'll check out the dam. Damn! And it's rolling pretty good. We've had a lot of rain. Water's up. It's rolling pretty good. This river, Spring River behind me. Man, I've had a lot of good times on the river. I've canoed that river. Oh, up and down, all over it, fished it, swam in it, chased girls on it. Got rejected a lot on it. Oh man, I love that river. I have caught so many fish there. Had such a good time. Some of the greatest times of my life were spent on that river with my buddies. Awesome place. Once again, Mammoth Springs Park, Mammoth Springs, Arkansas, right across the border from Thayer, Missouri. If you get a chance, you got to see it.
One July evening, and it's still there, I can tell. Oh, I may wonder, but when I do, I will never be far from you. You're in my blood, and I know you're.
So, y'all remember that time when I said I ain't gonna walk over there because weather kind of sucks and I need to get moving? I changed my mind. Actually got a parking lot over here. Totally forgot there's a parking lot right by the doggone springs. So I didn't have to walk all the way over. I really wish I could say this is going to be more impressive. We've got a lot of rain recently. Everything's up, the water's up and everything else. I've seen this lower, and when it's lower, you can see the water better coming up out of the water, coming up out of the ground. But I'm going to swing around and pan the camera over here, and you'll see a disturbance on top of the water. And that disturbance this is a pretty doggone deep hole. That disturbance is the water forcing its way up. It's got a lot of pressure, a lot of force there. Just to give you an idea how much water we're talking about. I mean, yeah, you could say the numbers sound impressive, but they don't mean a whole lot. When you look, this little bitty pond right here behind me That's the spring. That disturbance back here on my shoulder, that's where the water's coming out. And I mean, that's a lot of water pouring on it. A lot of water running over. And there's another one just like it right over yonder. We'll go back to it in a second. It's pretty cool. I think it's cool. Maybe not the door, but I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, that channel we were just looking at, it's 12 feet deep. This hole where the spring is, 70 foot deep down to where it comes out of the ground. There's a cool little picture here. I'm gonna do a little film on it so you can read it. I'm not gonna sit here and leave the video sitting there long enough for y'all to read the whole doggone thing. If you want to read it, pause it. Because I mean, some people don't want to read it, they just want to look at it. So anyway. Like I said, this is it's pretty doggone good, pretty good sized park. There's a sizable lake back there that this thing feeds as well before it goes over the dam and basically feeds all of Spring River, which ain't no slouch of a river. Tell you one thing, you couldn't pay me enough to fall in this water and deal with that kind of current right there. I mean, it's pretty short. You'd be out of it in a few minutes, but you'd be hurt before you got to the other end. It's rocking and rolling, man. I mean, I've dumped canoes and stuff like that before. Pretty bruised up before it was over with. This place is awesome. There goes the wood duck. I reckon I'm going to go ahead and jump on the bike and head on up the road. There's people out here looking at me like I'm freaking crazy. Which, I mean, if they only knew, right?